And get it cooking here. Hey Houdini, what's up? Gotta set up some stuff. Got the audio connected this time. All right. What a crazy, crazy chapter. Kenjaku is absolutely insane. How y'all feeling about Kenjaku right now? Kenjaku is absolutely nuts. Kenjaku gave Choso the belt. He is. That's so weird. Their relationship is so weird. I can't even describe it. Everyone says Kenjaku's like an Asian dad. Wouldn't y'all agree? It's like Kenjaku's like this. He's like too strict with him or something. Just straight up child abuse. I can't even. Bruh. Madara's playing. Like, how do y'all feel about Kenjaku compared to other shonen villains? Like, I'm seeing him compared to Madara, especially to Aizen, but the comparisons are crazy. I think Kenjaku is justified in being bored. I've seen some people had a little bit of like confusion on that. What will you do if you're 1,000-year plus old? Seen a lot. Like, right, one man. He reminds me of Orochimaru and how Kenjaku is. He reminds me, in fact, they're similar in so many ways, Kenjaku and Orochimaru. Like, some people would be like, they think he's evil for the sake of evil, but he's curious. He's just doing it for the sake of his curiosity. And I think that's totally fine. I think that's totally justified. Especially with how amazing Kenjaku is and just how, like, bruh, like, he's freaking Yuji's mom. He freaking birthed the MC. How meta can you get? That's so freaking crazy. Most shonen villains can't compare to Kenjaku. That's right. Kenjaku's just that guy. He thinks 10 steps ahead. It's so crazy. Do you think Merge Tengen will be on the level or surpass the level of Gojo? I think that definitely has to happen, one man. Like, if that, what was that giant thing? Let me see. That giant cursed energy beast. It was like, this is so dark. I can't even describe how Gege set the mood with this, like, this plan. And this isn't even what even Kenjaku doesn't know what happens. Like, this is just an estimate. It looks like a centipede. I've seen a lot of people say it looks like the Founder Titan. To me, it looks like the freaking Ten Tails. It's like the Ten Tails. That's the kind of vibe I get from it. If you guys know about the Ten Tails from Naruto. And I think, like, even in Legend, the Ten Tails is like some sort of cosmic entity that is born from, I don't even know the lore. It's like this ancient cosmic entity. I think what makes Kenjaku scary is that he takes pleasure in uncovering what is best left unknown. That's right. He's the vibe I get from Kenjaku is so cool. So amazing. What did I have? I had I wanted you guys' opinion on like this chapter. How do you guys feel about Choso? I know some of you guys were talking about it earlier. Like, do you guys think Choso will live? Let me know how y'all feel about that, because I think I really hope not Kenjaku, Choso lives. I think he might live. He has pretty good chances. Choso might get curse techniques. That's what I was thinking in my review, that he gets some sort of power. I think he's gonna get beaten bad, maybe even near death, but I think he might just squeeze out of that fight, especially if Yuki shows up. I think that was the plan anyway, but I'm not sure. That was another thing too. I'm not sure how Yuki can save Choso when he's already dead. Cause if he initiates, Kenjaku's domain is going to be absolutely nuts. Kenjaku was way too clean. Bro, just not even considering like his techniques. What, this dude just casually dodged piercing blood. Who even does that? Like from this distance, that's insanity. Choso kind of stay for Yuji's sake. I hope he lives, I really do. You think Choso's calling his brothers might reveal a way he could reach power beyond just overwhelming love of self. I don't know, one man. I don't know if can you get power beyond just being greedy? I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it, your boy. I'm trying to something a little bit different. I'm probably gonna get copyright strike for just playing this music, but it's all good. Choso will probably gamble everything in flowing red scale. Why didn't Choso have flowing red scale out already? How is he gonna face Kenjaku without flowing red scale? That's like, he's strong, but he really, like, even against Gojo, I think against Gojo he used flowing red scale. Let me see. When they're in that Shibuya underground subway fight, I think he used flowing red scale. It looked like. I might be wrong. When he met him, I don't know. Maybe his blood just pumped up when Choso used it. It's not even the right chapter. I think his blood pumped up when he uses piercing blood. But yeah, I'm not even sure if he used flowing red scale. I'm not even on the right chapter. But it was pretty crazy that he didn't initiate that against Kenjaku in the first place. Choso maximum technique. Bloodbath. Bro, Kenjaku's, that's what I was gonna talk about next. Kenjaku's domain. Like, why are they just casually mentioning his domain? Like, I think Choso would immediately die to that. If you think about Kenjaku's his ability and Geto's ability, Kenjaku, I'm not even sure like with Geto's body, but Kenjaku was already the second most powerful barrier user in the story. Like, even Lord Tengen said he's second only to me, or he was the next powerful barrier user next to me, or something like that. And I think he has like he has the body switching technique, and then he has Geto's technique right now. So this dude probably has just a mania of techniques he can use. He has curses that have domains. He has he he has techniques that he's inherited, like idol transfiguration, and who knows if he can do a domain with that. He probably could, given his skill. He could probably layer domains, because he layered curtains. He's the only person in the story so far that actually put one curtain on top of another curtain on top of another curtain in Shibuya. That was insane. Like, his skill with barriers is nasty. He sent blood arrows after Gojo. Yeah, he did. I was wondering if he had, your boy, I was wondering if Choso used flowing red scale when he fought Gojo. Because I thought he added up. I could go back to it. Let me see. I wasn't on the right chapter. I just don't know if he used it. Kenjaku's so smart. He has fate on his side. Kenjaku stole all of Yuji's plot armor. The moment he became his mother, he birthed the MC. You can't get better than that. Freaking planned his existence. That is so crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I think Choso might. No, I don't think he had flowing red scale up. But yeah, I hope Choso has. I hope like Choso absolutely pops off this chapter or next chapter, because he's summoning his brothers. He's looking crazy. Do you think Kenjaku can use the abilities of people's bodies that he inhabited? I think it was already said that he loses the technique when he switches bodies, but he can use the innate technique of the body he inhabits right now. I hope that Choso, I hope Choso really rises up to the occasion. He already seems like he is. And that's another thing too. I need to know if you guys, I need your opinion, because I didn't mention this in my review. I did mention it, but I didn't like explore on it. Do you guys think, like right here, do you guys think Choso, let me pull it back up. Do you guys think Choso healed his left arm? You think he healed his left arm? Because it looks kind of weird with the way Gege drew it. And I saw some people say that his left arm was drawn normally. I don't think it's drawn normally. What if his domain is like reanimation jutsu from Naruto, where it could summon all the bodies? Oh, that would be sick. Imagine if we saw all his brothers too. That's what I'll talk about next, his brothers as well. Reverse cursed energy. But that's the thing, Solo, he's a half cursed spirit, so how would reverse curse work? Choso's half cursed spirit. He's a half-breed. He's mentioned as a half-breed multiple times, and cursed spirits do not use reverse curse, because that's like, they can't do that. That would destroy them. Well, yeah, he's inhuman, but he's a cursed object. But he was mentioned as a half-breed. He's not like Sukuna, but he is like Sukuna. But what? He is a cursed object, but he's also a cursed womb. So Choso was born. Let me look up the cursed womb just to get a picture of it. So Choso was born like a fetus. He was born in this like fetus state. And then and immediately when he was born, he was like a cursed object. Yeah, he was, and then Mahito put him in a human body. He didn't heal his arm, if you look closely. Bro, why did Gege draw it like that? Moses? Why did he draw it like that? Look how it's drawn. It looks so wonky. It's like his elbows going up, and what is that? It's like, if I wouldn't say anything, it was drawn like the other arm, like you see it right here. But look how wonky his left arm looks. So we're in the mindset that Choso and his brothers, like the death paintings, because the death paintings are technically cursed objects, are the same as like Sukuna as a cursed object. Is that how we're looking at it? Because Sukuna, of course, can use reverse curse because he's in Yuji's body, and he has knowledge of it, so he can heal Yuji's body with positive energy. So, yeah, now that you guys mention it, I kind of lean more towards maybe he just has a human physical body and can use it. But in the first place, maybe some of you guys say his arm's not even broken, so that would just throw the whole thing out of the window. But I don't think he would use reverse curse in any instance, though. Can he use the curse that belonged to Geto that wasn't used against Yuta? This will determine whether Uzumaki uses the curses as fuel and is one usage, or if it's a recyclable technique. That's interesting. He uses curses as fuel. But he can use that like one time. It healed. Yes, it's like some of us see different things because like with Gege's art style, because his arm looks broken. It looks broken and then it looks healed immediately when he did that little blood. Fired his blood up. All right. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy going on with Choso and his whether he healed. I pretty much believe that he healed because this arm looks all types of janky. I don't know, man. I really do think it healed. Like you said, you boy. Man, I don't know how people see this arm and say it looks normal. I don't get that. Which domain were they talking about? Kenjakus, Hitos? In which instance, Matab, Kazi, which instance are you talking about their domain? Because here in chapter 203, they're talking about Kenjaku's domain, which is something crazy. But before I talk about Kenjaku's domain, because I definitely have a theory on that, I want to talk about Choso and his brothers. Alright, we're doing amazing on time. Kenjaku and his bros. Not Kenjaku, Choso and his bros. My bad. So Choso has 8 other brothers, and they're all a part of the, you guys might have to remind me, the death paintings in Buddhism. I think Kyle Anime Scooter had an awesome little article on it. Because I really want to see like them manifested in like a at least some type of form, kind of like Iso and Kechizo were. Yeah, Choso, Iso, Kechizo, Naranso, Shoso, Tanso, Sanso, yep. All of his brothers. All the death paintings. What do you guys think about it? Do you guys think Choso will like inherit their techniques somehow, or their cursed energy, or I don't know how that works? Because he's saying fire. He's saying fire like he's shooting something. But I also know like the final death painting, I think the ninth death painting represents fire. Well, burning to ashes. Skeletons burning to ashes. That's the ninth death painting. Choso over Deku. Deku. I don't even follow my hero, so I don't even know. I don't know a thing about Deku. I could use Mahito's domain. I think he can, Kazi. I think he can use Mahito's domain. But he's choosing not to reveal anything. I'll talk about his domain in a second, but maybe Choso unleashed some innate techniques from cursed spirit. That is from one of their parents. Maybe. Maybe. He could release something from that. It's so weird. That's so weird, bro. Like, and what I was saying before, like, was the ninth death painting represents burning from ashes, like the in the stage of decay. So I don't know. He could possibly use his final brother's technique when he was saying fire. That's what I was thinking. But he could just be using some cursed energy attack as well. It's actually sleeve torn. Choso's torn. That's why it's left. Looks wanky. But even if his even if his sleeve was torn, you look at how it's bending. Like, where is his arm going? It had to have been going up and hidden by the text bubble for me to like for me to forgive that. But it looks like it's going down, and it's like all types of broken. And of course, this color painting, it's not like 100% canon with this color, but it is his flesh, and this arm looks broken in the colored. Of course, the colored is not canon, but if you look at, it's a little bit harder to see with the official, with the Gege panel. Or does it refer to a sorcerer grade 1? What curse? I think there's a difference. Your boy, there's a clear difference between curses, and I'm sure you see it too. There's a clear difference between curses being special grade and human sorcerers being special grade. There is a very clear difference. But enough of me talking about Choso's weird ability. We can maybe talk about that a little later. But how do you guys feel about Kenjaku's domain? Like, his domain seems like I think he can make a domain that completely condenses and is like, it's like an amalgamation of domains. Bro has Roblox on, that's true. Your boy, it could be some kind of body manipulation type ability. I don't know. Choso's weird. Yeah. Kenjaku's domain is going to be some of the most refined and just divine techniques we've ever seen. Like, knowing how skilled he already is, he's already the second most powerful barrier user. He's going to have a disgusting domain. Absolutely disgusting. It's gonna be nuts. Chris Angel Mind Freak. It's gonna be nuts. I think his domain is gonna be something where it condenses his techniques. Of course, the sure hit is probably gonna be like how what he was doing against Yuji and what's his name? Yuji and Choso, with all these armies of cursed spirits. This is probably his sure hit. That's immediately what I would guess. Like, it's already strong. But then he just has an amalgamation of abilities on top of that. Like, he could probably control that too, given he is a domain, like a super strong domain user. He can probably control having different domains inside of one another. Just like how in the Sendai battle, of course, you guys remember that. We didn't see the domains actually deploy. Well, we saw it deploy, we saw it fail. We didn't see the domains complete. We didn't see it used, but we actually saw Uro, Yuta, Ryu. They were actually forming a barrier together so that they can fight. Like if they actually showed that fight, that would explain so many things in domain combat, but Gege didn't give us that. He wanted to leave us in the dark a little bit. Geto never showed a domain. Yep, that's right. Kenjaku is superior. He's showing us all types of stuff Geto never done. He's just like him, but better. He's just better. He's him. And even Geto was a I think Geto was a martial arts user as well. Like he was super good at it. Even in the fan book, I think Geto's hobby was martial arts, and Kenjaku just picked that right up. He probably has he has 1,000 years experience, so that's a given. Tengen is useless. Tengen is extremely sus. Tengen is the most sus ever. He's so, what is that word? Like a pacifist? He's just, what is that called? I don't know how to describe. He's not doing anything. Like he's so nonchalant. That's it. He's nonchalant about everything. He's just having a conversation with Yuki. It's likely because the concept of domains didn't exist back in JJK 0. Maybe that was kind of Gege's debut. So I don't know why Geto didn't use it then. He did show a maximum technique though, so I don't know, he definitely had the system in mind. Tengen worthless barrier man, that barrier too. That barrier was so, the Tomb of the Stars barrier, you see how it breaks. It breaks like a hexagon. It doesn't just crack, it just splits. So it's probably something that's extremely refined with Tengen's barrier. That's so weird. Kenjaku breaks off Choso. Bro, Kenjaku is actually fathers Choso, bro. He actually fathers Choso. He's just giving him the belt, bro. I see so many people say he's like an Asian dad. Yeah, it's like a honeycomb. I just think it's like, look at what Kenjaku did. Like, what is this? He's like, that's why I think this barrier is so refined. Yet Kenjaku is using it like, he's basically using the barrier to create this mindscape. That's so weird. Peak Asian parenting. Oh my gosh. You guys think Yuki will die this fight? I think Yuki is definitely a contender to live. I think she has to live because we have to get more info on her. She can't just die. Maybe in like, I don't know, 50 chapters when we get more context on her. Oh my, I can't. Devin, I just can't stop thinking about peak Asian parenting. This dude gave him the belt. He called him disappointing. He just did all types of emotional damage, bro. Failure. Dude is a failure, bro. Man, this came back with the belt, bro. And what else was I thinking of? His plan. He's such a weird. Choso and Kenjaku are such weird characters in their relationship, at least, because they don't like they feel like parent and child, but Kenjaku is just built different. Like he's just calling him disappointing. It's so weird. Kenny breaking records for the longest time out, 150 years and counting. He certainly is. Oh my gosh. This dude is he's surpassing. I can't give him that top deadbeat dad of JJK though. Because you know Toji exists. And I think Toji's the most deadbeat dad of them all. Absolutely. Absolutely, Toji's a deadbeat. You think Jin softened Kenny up when he blew his... What? No. I gotta wash that out of my mind, bro. Oh my goodness. Jaku was so sus for that, Devin. And that's the biggest part about Kenjaku. He just, like, when I always think about when he had Yuji, like, did he mix his blood in after Kaori was pregnant, or did he take? But Kaori was already dead. Like, her death was already mentioned, so he had to have taken her body, hooked up with Jin, and had Yuji. And that's actually cursed. Toji sacrificed his life for his kid. Man, Toji sold his son. Toji sold his son, and he sacrificed his life because he was too prideful. That's what Toji did, Phoenix. This chapter was amazing. Yo, Kaiho! What's up, man? Oh my goodness. This chapter was way too clean. It's because Yuji came. Bro, these comments, bro. Kenny and these other kids. Kenny's just boxing, bro. Like you were saying, Phoenix, he's just boxing with his kids. He just, I don't even know if I would call it hate. It's just disappointment. He's just above them. It's so nuts. Straight up disappointment. It's his. So do you guys, what was it? Do you guys think Choso, like, how do you guys feel about, oh yeah, Yuki. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was thinking. I was like, who's the other person in this? Yuki. Do you guys think Yuki, what do you guys think her power is? Because I think if we're like this far into the story, she's probably incredibly strong. See, the fair with Toji, but at least doesn't consider making me a disappointment. Yeah, that's fair, Phoenix. Toji, I don't think Toji was a good dad at all, but he made sure Megumi was all right. Because he did love his son, at least. Something to do with soul manipulation, probably. She had a Shikigami, so maybe her Shikigami is just like an extra thing she has. I know the fake weave had a theory like she had like Shikigami control or something, like I forgot what it was. Because a lot of people think to be a special grade you need to have like an infinite sort of thing. And of course now we know you need to be a country level threat. Shikigami. Something about Shikigami. Kenny left his family and said he would return when his kids become remarkable. No, this dude just went on and had another kid. What's another 17 years? Oh my gosh. Yuta is unlimited disappointment. Yuta's a disappointment? Oh my gosh. She chilling. Well, they were chilling though. Yuki, I think Yuki has some important, because we haven't seen Yuki the entire, like we've sparsely seen Yuki throughout the story. And every time she's mentioned, she's always trying to get the bigger picture. She's like completely beyond what the sorcerers are trying to do. She's like trying to figure out the source, and she's like trying to do it. I don't know. She's trying to do it her own way, which I think is unique. Trying to figure out this jujutsu world her own way. Kenny is what strict parents wish they could be. Oh my goodness. Rika carrying Yuta, let's be real. Isn't Lias, isn't Rika, yeah, Rika's just Yuta's power manifested. To be honest, that is the reason he's a special grade, is because of, well, Rika, because he manifested that, but that is his power. In some translations, Rika's even called his technique. Yuta carrying Rika because Yuta has her on his finger. That's his girl. Certainly. How do you think this whole fight ends? Where we go from here? I think it ends with Kenjaku. If he doesn't get stopped, he's gonna complete his plan. I think we at least deserve to see Kenjaku's plan come to fruition, and then in the next arc we're just gonna have to handle it. I think it's gonna be interesting seeing the transition though between this arc and the next one, the Calling Games and the next arc. That's gonna be a very interesting transition, especially with all these new sorcerers. That's gonna be absolutely insane. What's the difference between Shikigami and Cursed Spirit? Them being made, and how else they're different. Yeah, boy, I think Shikigami technically are curses, but it almost feels like they're not. It almost, I don't know how to describe it. It almost feels like there's some sort of medium. But they have to be curses, because what else is there? Like, and I think about Maharaga, like, what is he some type of, he has to be a curse, but he has a tool that exercises curses. So I think that's a little very strange. So, do you guys think a Shikigami has to be a curse? Or could it be some sort of medium? Or something your techniques act as a medium. Something like that. I don't know how to describe it. President Yuta versus Kenjaku with Geto's body. Me and Kaio did a video on Kenjaku versus Yuta and how we think that'll play out. Me and Kyle Breeze. Urushi has a tool. Kurushi has a tool. No, it's that Maharaga's tool envelops positive energy, Fitzgerald. Like, it's specifically designed to exorcise cursed spirits. I know Kurushi has a tool, but his tool does something else. Shikigami. No wonder they focused on US. Oh, you prefer Kenjaku being there with his plan succeed or die, but still have his plan succeed? I think it, like Tengen was saying, no, but the games are complete. I was gonna say Kenjaku, the games will go on despite Kenjaku dying, but the games have served its purpose, like Kenjaku was saying. So I don't know. I think when Kenjaku dies, he'd at least first have to merge Tengen with something. That's how I feel. That's true. Super Maharaga could do that with his cursed blade. Shikigami, maybe an extension of the use. Maybe. Space is everable. Maybe. An extension of it. I don't know. It's weird. When you look it up in history, it seems like Shikigami were just curses that sorcerers used. Like actual Shikigami in, I don't know, Japanese folklore. But Yuki uses a Shikigami, so that thing definitely looks like a curse. It seems to be one she uses, one she specifically uses. So I don't know what it does, but it seems extremely strong seeing how she just popped in Shibuya like that. And that's like I was previously saying, like, how strong do you think Yuki is? Is Yuki like going? Is Yuki going to match Kenjaku? Is the thing. Let me see if I can find a good chapter with Yuki. 130. This one. Yeah, I think when she drops in, everyone's gonna be like Yuki top 3 or something, because she's gonna be extremely stacked. I don't know, man. I think when she comes in, everyone finna be talking about Yuki. Like this far into the story, like we're in the Tomb of the Star. This is like end of the world stuff. She's got to pull out something crazy. Especially being as old as she is. I don't know. Yuki, how old do you guys think Yuki is? Yuki has to be like in her 40s. At least like late 30s, early 40s. Something like that. I think she's going to be super strong. And I think she was the first special grade. And given that she is a country level threat, yeah, I think she's gonna more than likely match his strength. She was probably 20-ish back in Hidden Inventory. Yeah, I think she might have been like maybe late 20s in Hidden Inventory. That's how it seemed to me. Because she didn't seem to change at all from now and from the Hidden Inventory, which was 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I mean. Yeah, she's Sumami. Yuki Tsukumo. Oh, I was thinking of Sumiki. Oh my goodness. And I completely forgot about Sumiki in the story right now. Oh my goodness. I completely forgot about Sumiki. I guess because we're not thinking about the other sorcerers right now. Mid to late 30s. Yeah, I think she is like late 30s. Who cares about Megami's stepsis? She seems to be important, but I don't know. It's like we're changing POVs, so we're changing focus. That's how it seems. Like we're not interested in Sumiki right now. That's why I forgot, because we're talking about the end of the world right now. I can't even comment on how she's gonna be. She seemed to be a really good person, but she could turn out to be influenced by the Coin game. She's definitely still like a hot topic, but I can't say nothing about Sumiki unless I see her. Yep, but when Yuki drops in, that's gonna be insanity. I can't even express like Yuki's, like the potential Yuki has, especially since we know what special grades are capable of. And a lot of people before thought like every special grade has something that made them infinitely, they gave them something that they can infinitely use, is maybe how I could describe it. Like how did Kenjaku say special grades were like? He said someone who can overthrow a country single-handedly. That's pretty interesting. Like we already knew they were strong. And if you were to ask me before if they can take out a country, I wouldn't doubt it either. Sumiki a Homelander deathbed treatment. I didn't see that yet in that episode of The Boys. But Homelander is serious. Good boy, give her. Say she has some anti-aging technique. Oh, like Tsunade Super. Sumiki Pot, yeah. I think the Culling games existing at this point in time could say that Sumiki isn't dead. Yeah, of course Sumiki's still alive and she's still a player, but I'm thinking if she's influenced by the games, or she's gonna be an antagonist. I'm glad you like the music, Kyle. I just threw on some random. Let me see what track this is. I can't even. This is some like Russian. This is some like Russian funk. I can't even. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll link it in the. Oh my goodness. This is what we're listening to right now. Oh my goodness. This is what we're listening to right now. Kyle. Will Kenjaku's answer Yuki's question? Will Kenjaku, bro? What even is Kenjaku? Is Kenjaku a man, a woman? What does he identify as? Before he answers that, because we don't know what he or she or they prefer. Bro, Kenjaku is all types of sus. Most sus character in Jujutsu Kaisen. Choso is half human. He can't be absorbed. That's so weird. Choso is so weird. Cause he's explicitly described as a half-breed. Let me turn it down a little bit. He was explicitly described as a half-breed, but he also has a human body. He was given a human body. So weird. Choso got a space bun. How do you guys feel about Choso with his hair down? I'm the GOAT for the pronoun for Kenjaku. He's a him for now, but when it's time to give him that recognition, I gotta call him. I gotta give him props to the they them on him. Choso, Kenjaku told Choso his Doc Martens are legit. Oh my gosh, not insulting the drip, Daryl. Oh my gosh. His Doc Mart. Oh, Choso do got the boots on, don't he? He told him his Doc Martens aren't legit. Those are some clown ass shoes, bro. Those are some very clown like shoes. How do you think Kenjaku scales to Yuta? How do you not? Especially with logos, especially with now. Like Kenjaku has curse spear manipulation, he has all these techniques. He's fought Yuta before in the past and he did pretty well against Yuta in their first fight. He actually would have won in their first fight. There's a lot of things to say that Kenjaku would essentially beat Yuta. He would absolutely stomp him today. You could argue, of course, it's Yuta. You could argue that it could be a high diff or something, but me personally, that's absolutely stop. That's a stomp. That's a no diff to me. For Kenjaku and Yuta. Until I see it, my soul knows otherwise. Kenny no diffs. I agree. Space. Yuta's got a lot of potential. He's a second year. He's ultra strong. This dude is stacked. Super stacked. Oh, he's got the 5 minute, the big 5 minute time limit. That does it for most people. That's why people be talking mad crap about Yuta, because of that time limit. If he didn't have that time limit, man, that dude would be absurd. He's already absurd because he pulls up on someone with Rika. That's a done deal. Like, how would you guys feel if Yuta pulled up initially in Sendai, and it was a case by case, 1-versus-1 scenario with each opponent? Do you guys think Yuta would absolutely like 1v1 everyone there? Uro, Ryu, of course, Kurorushi and whatever, Daruv. He already folded 2 of them, 1v1. It was more like the whole Sendai thing was more like a deathmatch thing anyway, but 1v1 type scenario, Yuta was crazy. Especially initially when Yuta did the what did he do? The curse speech against Uro, that was nasty. I feel like Yuta still had Rika. He would probably be very close to Gojo's level, maybe even stronger. Like the true Rika, because it feels like he's stronger now, even though he's a little bit nerfed. Well, it's nerfed by a pretty large. It's a pretty large. He has a pretty large setback, but he seems pretty. He seems a lot more competent now, especially since he's been training. He's got a lot more experience. He's got his special grade title back. Yuta, he seems pretty much stronger now, but he has limits. Those 5 minutes are Yuta's breather in the fight. That's so true. Yeah, Yuta and Rika are crazy. I wonder how that'll work out in like after this. Like how are we gonna walk away from this fight? Like with Choso and Yuki, it had like Kenjaku has to do something with Tengen. He's not gonna leave. He's not gonna lose, I don't think. He's gonna seize Tengen. I think that's gonna happen with Kenjaku in this situation. I think he's gonna pack up Choso. He's gonna engage Yuki, and somehow he's gonna get Tengen. I think what Choso's doing here, he's proving that him and his brother are special, of course. And he's probably gonna show Kenjaku something crazy. Smoking them, and probably Yuki will escape. Man, Yuki running is crazy. Well, if she ran because he got the Tengen, that's different. Because I think everyone will run from that. Whatever he's got in store, like the merging. That'd be crazy. How does the finger level affect domain refinery of Sukuna? I have no clue how that does it. I think it's pretty subjective when people talk about how refined a domain is, and then like what is like. I'm not even gonna talk about the fingers. Like how do you guys even? When I think about a domain and how refined a domain is, I think about, is the barrier complete, and does it have a sure hit? Because I can't. Because I think about something like how many rules the domain has or how potent it is. That's how I think that's how I measure like how refined a domain is. Because I can't really. There's not really a definitive way to do that. Like I think about Hikari's domain, and that thing is he can move the barrier. He has a crap ton of rules. He has so many other things that go along with his domain, and he can fire it multiple times a day, so he could probably train it multiple times a day. So Hikari probably has, or definitely has, an extremely refined domain. But it doesn't harm you. That's weird. Yep, Kazi, you're right. Domains are weird. Sukuna's domain is barrierless because yeah, his domain is barrierless. I think I said it was complete. Maybe I mentioned the barrier. I think I mentioned if the domain was complete, but Sukuna is so strong that it doesn't even matter what he does. He doesn't even need a barrier. He just places the technique on the air itself. but he does have a perimeter. He doesn't have a barrier, but he has a perimeter. That's super interesting. And literally everything and anyone, cursed energy, no cursed energy, freaking human, cursed spirit, monster, I don't know. Everything's getting destroyed in Sukuna's domain. It's pretty gnarly. People talk about Mahoraga like Megumi still has it. Mahoraga isn't going for good. Who was talking about Mahoraga? Mahoraga ain't that strong. Bro, I don't even want to talk about Mahoraga. I don't want to talk about Mahoraga until Megumi gets it. I was gonna say if he ever gets it. I won't talk about him until he gets it, bro. Let me look at the Sukuna stuff. What was that chapter? Yeah. What experiments do you guys think Yuki wanted to do on Toji? That was weird as well. That's some very sus activity going on there with Yuki. Yuki's interested in Toji, who's kind of cursed. I was under the assumption that if it wasn't tamed, he couldn't resummon it as many times as he wants. Yeah, that was weird. Mahoraga is very, very strange. Very, very situational as well. Well, yeah. Because this dude survives. This dude survived. He doesn't just adapt to cursed energy or cursed techniques. He adapts to anything that happens to him. That is actually insane. That is so freaking... That is so crazy. It doesn't even matter what happens. He just adapts to it. Just anything that happens. Any and all phenomena. That's very, very weird. Nothing strange about dude just gum rat on juice. This dude hits the gym for real. That's right. He has... I think Mahoraga's like... He has to be like 10 feet tall. He's definitely bigger than Hanami. Because I think about a Jack person in JJK, I think about Hanami, and Mahoraga's got Hanami. He's freaking got her physique. This dude is a gym rat. All right. What was it? Yuki. It was Kenjaku's. This thing, yeah. That's what I was gonna talk about next. People overhyping Mahoraga. Man, I wasn't even trying to talk about Mahoraga. And it's like you can't even overhype him because Mahoraga is just... He's so... I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. He's so exaggerated. What? One note. That's a good way to put it, Seven Sins. Mahoraga is one note. All he does is adapt. Like, all that. Do something original, please. That's a bit harsh, but that's very true. Mahoraga is a one-trick pony. One note. But he is extremely strong. I don't know. I think that there might be a limit to like how strong a technique has to be, because this is a pretty freaking stacked technique Sukuna's throwing at him. So, oh, this is something I didn't notice before. Oh, okay. So Mahoraga, like, when he was defeated, he just disappeared like the regular Shikigami do. That's interesting. So Megumi still got him. That's interesting. Yep, but enough of that. I wanted to talk about this thing that Kenjaku summoned. Or this is just Kenjaku, what Kenjaku thinks will happen. It's like the freaking 10 tails. Like what even this founder titan centipede? What? Like this is going to end the world for real. Cursed spirit needs a fade. It needs a fade. It looks so weird. The thing looks like a Attack Titan mixed with the Ten Tails and Rika. Why does it have so much hair? That's so nasty. Tokyo Ghoul plus Attack on Titan. Tokyo Ghoul, that's, what do you mean, like the owl? That's a good, oh, actually, yeah. Like the Ten Tails, the owl. It's like Gege just drew inspiration from all these beasts and made it into one sort of thing. The curse need a barber. Yeah, this thing is actually insane. And it's just a theory. It's just Kenjaku's theory. He doesn't know what will happen when everyone... I think this is the instance when everyone crosses to the other side. At first, I thought he meant source, like everyone turns into sorcerers. That's what I thought they meant at first, but it looks like everyone just merges as a collective thing into one, oh no, just one curse. Because at first I thought everyone was going to turn into a sorcerer, but now it's different. Everyone will just ascend into a spirit. It's so weird. I bet Sukuna will fight that thing. Now imagine if Rika, the source curse. Like, how does Sukuna have to do with all this? What does Sukuna gain from this? Because I think about, like, of course, Kenjaku and Sukuna working together. And Sukuna's working with Uraume, who's a Sukuna simp. And Uraume working with Kenjaku. Whatever Kenjaku's plans are, Sukuna has something to do with it as well. So this, in multiple layers, this is ultimately Sukuna's plan as well. Through multiple different facets. It all goes back to Sukuna as well. Sukuna gains bragging rights with himself. As if he wasn't already the strongest sorcerer to ever live. Like he needs more. I'd rather the final boss be massive kaiju spirit, cursed spirit. That'd be cool. That kind of remind me of Naruto too much with the Ten Tails. And you guys know how that ended. That was pretty doo-doo. So I trust Gege will do something better than that. Yeah, that's giving me bad memories now. Yuki's entire record in the series. Oh, let me make sure my stream's good. All right. Yuki's entire record in the series is gonna end up 0-0-1. Damn. Man, Yuki's got to do something now. Gege drew inspiration from Evangelion. I don't know how to say that. Equals human. Oh, he might have done that. Yeah. He's done a lot of stuff with event. I don't even know how to say that. I don't even know how to say that anime's name. Final boss is Rika plus Sukuna. What? That's another weird thing too. Like, why doesn't Kenjaku want Rika anymore? As far as we can tell, he's not interested in that. That is so weird. It all goes full circle. That's right, Phoenix. I just love Choso so much, bro. Yes, hopefully he survives, because we all want him. We all want him back, man. Kaguya finna happen all over again. Please, God, no. Please, none of that. I wouldn't call that, I don't know. I was gonna call that instance with Kaguya and the Ten Tails and all that, how Naruto Shippuden ended with. It's gonna call it a little mid, but I don't know if it was just bad. It was just kind of bad. And I hope that doesn't happen with Jujutsu Kaisen either. Man, that's giving me some bad vibes, bro. King and queen of curses, both parasites of their masters. Parasites? Sukuna's a parasite? Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean, Phoenix. Yeah. Because they're kind of just leeching off of their host. That's cool. Choso make a pact. All right, I gotta skip some of these comments, man. So now JJK has final boss. He's Yuji's father. Oh my gosh. You guys are amazing. Yuji's father, bro. We don't know if Jin is alive or not. This dude, it seems like he got packed up by Kenjaku through something. He just had to give himself up for that. I don't know. Let me see. All right, doing good, doing good. It's not the real Rika. Yep, it is just a copy. Right now, Rika is just Yuta's Shikigami. Rika's soul has passed on. Yeah, it's weird how the Rika situation works out. Cause it's like just a copy. What is the best way to describe it? It's like a cursed. It's definitely a cursed spirit. That is, what the freak, Rika? You're a cursed spirit that died and turned into a cursed spirit? What even, huh? That's so weird. Maybe it's just the way Yuta manifests his technique. I feel like the full manifestation of Curse from All Japan is going to look very human and have a consciousness, kind of like Miriam. That's interesting. Miriam's a peak character. That's interesting. We already have something like Tengen, which I imagine is more or less the human form of all that amalgamation, but he's not. He didn't merge yet, but he is a collective entity. So if it did have a human form, I don't know. Maybe it looked like something like what was that? Full Metal Alchemist. You know, when I know this might be a little off topic. The dwarf in the flask, like how that is. Like when he ascended, that was weird. I don't know. Maybe it could be something like that, because this also reminds me of how Tengen was. The dwarf in the flask. I haven't seen anyone make that type of parallel. I've seen him compared to like the Soul King and all of that. All right. Enemy stand user eat equals gain equals power stomach and seconds. What? Rika is Yuta's technique. Copy is Rika's technique. Yeah, that's weird, Phoenix. How can a curse technique have a curse technique? I don't know. Because if Rika is Yuta's curse technique, then she has a curse technique. He has a curse technique. And she has a curse technique that can copy curse techniques. Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah. Technique inception. And then if Kenjaku takes Rika, or Geto takes Rika, then he has curse spirit manipulation, which can inherit techniques that can take a technique that can take a tech, you know. Just too much techniques. Oh my goodness, man, that's just broken. That's so broken. That is so broken. It was directly stated in Sendai that Rika is Yuta's technique, not copy. But copy is still a technique, which I would say it allows him with, yeah, Yuta is, it did say Rika Orimoto was Yuta's technique. The official said that. I don't know what the what did the fan translation say? Let me see real quick. The fan translate. Oh, I gotta go to my translation is official. The official translation said it was his technique. So that's what always what I thought. But the TCB fan scan said, it probably said something similar. Rika is the external storage of cursed techniques and cursed energy that Orimoto left for Akotsu after she was released. So it doesn't even say anything, but the official says it's his technique. So I trust the Viz, but the Viz is kind of garbage at the same time. And of course, a lot of you probably know that. Because I think that I wanted to get you guys' opinion. Do you guys think the TCB like directly translate as to the best of the translator's ability, like word for word, how the kanji is translated? Because sometimes the TCB actually, most of the time actually, the TCB actually be spitting. Like they have little notes that are actually accurate. And then you get the Viz translation and it's just like, I don't know. It's just like short, confusing. Yeah, it's kind of dog water. The TCB has been proven better time and time again. That's right, Super. TCB is just better, but it's not official. And sometimes Gege leaves correction. He doesn't leave corrections, but he does leave author notes. And Gege has, what is it? He's been, I think his last author note, he said he was wrong about something. About, what was it? Let me look it up on here. Author note. It said he was wrong about like some sort of date. Like the date in the note. Kenjaku's meeting date, that's what it was. Like when they said they're meeting in February, which confused a whole lot of people. And there was some other stuff he got wrong. I can't find it. It's always so hard trying to find Japanese information. Like correct Japanese information. That's why I was like, do you guys remember back when what was it? It was a couple months ago when Mappa was about to drop. Mappa had like a special TV program and they were about to drop. Everyone thought they were about to drop the season 2 anime trailer, and people were waiting like, well, it was like my time. It was like 12 o'clock at night, like 8 hours straight, all the way up into the morning, just staying up all that time. And then they released a what's it called? A freaking poster. That was like, that was so great. That was just, I don't know. I honestly thought they were about to drop a trailer the 31st. That would have been perfect. Because it comes out 2023, right? I think. Season 2. Maybe. Probably. Rika's used his technique to burn out. Yeah, they dropped a poster. Yeah. That was kind of great. That was kind of whack. They just dropped the poster off. And they showed so many other anime trailers as well. They had stuff for a lot of stuff. Like Spy X Family, all that. They had so much. No, not Spy X Family. They had other trailers. I can't think of anything right now, but they were dropping anime trailers and they did not drop. They hold us. That's right. Mappa hold us. They did not drop any season 2 news besides that anime thing. They did say it was going to be all in one take, 2 cores. That's going to be that's going to be so nice. Shibuya all the way through. Yeah, I was worried they wouldn't be able to fit it, but they can do it. That's going to be amazing. What moments do y'all want to see in Shibuya? Like animated? Are y'all excited for? Shibuya or the hidden inventory? Man. What moments are y'all excited to see animated? Because Mappa absolutely pops off. I want to see Jogo get absolutely slaughtered by Sukuna. That's gonna be so nasty. I want to see when in the Shibuya subway fight, like the crowd fight, that was so peak. When Gojo had to restrict himself or limit his movements because of the crowd, that's going to be so peak. Especially animating the crowd and everything and being underground in the subway, that's going to be crazy. Gojo getting jumped. It's going to be a jump attempt. And then they're going to get folded. And then the 0.2 domain, that's going to be nasty in Mappa style. Absolutely. Yuji versus Choso. Oh, that also. It's going to feel so unreal seeing that animated. It really is. Toji versus Dagon. Yeah, that too. That's actually going to be the next video I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be trying to get that out. A Toji versus Dagon fight. Or a chapter analysis on that. At least. It'd be funnier if Yuji in despair. Bro, that broke me. When Yuji was absolutely broken, when was that? That was like chapter 120. Bro, Gege was so brutal during this time. So brutal. Like, what? This is peak. He was so brutal, bro. Gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. Man, this I can't even describe this. This is just peak. The way Yuji felt. I'ma laugh at Nanami being Nanami's, and then right after Nanami got obliterated, Mei and her brother fighting the smallpox. It's so many moments. It's so many moments that are just gonna be a masterpiece. I can't believe they're gonna fit it in like 2 sections. That's gonna be nuts. That's gonna be the dream. I want it to end with Yuta going to, that's what a lot of people feel like it's gonna be. That's gonna have people absolutely going crazy. It'll end with Yuta doing I'll kill Yuji Itadori myself. That's gonna be nuts. Like Shibuya is gonna be such it's gonna be such a fun arc to remaster in Mappa's animation to adapt to. It's gonna be like, I really hope they do it justice, which I think they will. You guys see Chainsaw, probably have seen Chainsaw Man. That is amazing. People have different takes on it because of how Mappa adapts the CG, but I don't think JJK will have much CG. Yeah, I don't think they'll have much. They did have one CG moment when Mahito, what did they do? They had Mahito, and when Mahito's domain broke, that was a CG moment, which was kind of nasty. I'm not gonna lie, nasty as in it looked wacky. Which chapter are they gonna adapt to, you reckon? Whole Shibuya. Yeah, they're doing the whole Shibuya, Top Fan. They said they'll do it in 2 courses, 2 cores. So it's probably gonna be, I would assume it'd be 12 or, I don't know, 12 or 13 episodes leading it up. They might focus on like 5 to 6 episodes of the hidden inventory, which seems about right. And then they'll go to continue it on in Shibuya. I don't know how they're gonna split the first part. Maybe the first part could split into Gojo getting sealed. That'd be all right. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see how they do it. People forget about Robot Man. Oh my gosh. That was peak. What was the Mechamaru fight? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this definitely seems like it's going to be a little bit of CG involved in this, because Mechamaru was a pretty detailed character to How do you guys feel about that? I think there's going to be a little bit of CG involved in the Mechamaru fight. And if it's as good as Chainsaw Man's, I think it's going to be pretty, this is going to be pretty gnarly. Miwa crying. That's going to be so sad. Top fan, you said Robot Man. I immediately knew. I really want to see Gojo versus Toji though. Yeah, that's going to be awesome too. She carries curse tools. They better animate Neobito's at 24 FPS in real time. Basically an instant, but you can go through that frame by frame to see his movements. Yeah, maybe they'll do it like what they call it? Cyberpunk, the Stenvesten. You guys know what I'm talking about. The David Martinez special is freaking frame by frame movements in Cyberpunk. That's how I imagine it. They could do it just like that. With this, if you guys know about that animation in Edge Runners. Almost forgot about that man. Mahito turned himself into a fish. Mahito was extra cold. This is definitely like one of Mahito's better. Like one of his most definitely like one of his most fleshed out fights. It definitely, I think it's his second best fight. Considering he had like 3 big fights, you know. And of course, at the end of Shibuya, this is going to take the cake right here. Yuji versus Mahito. People are going to be drooling over this fight, bro. Gojo voice actor better act crazy and delirious when he comes back for round 2. Yeah. Like, it'll be cool to actually hear Gojo be serious as well. Nah, I literally want 24 different drawings of him in different places across 1 second. Oh, that would be crazy. It'll be interesting to see how they do it. Is Mahito dead? Mahito is absorbed. He did swallow him, and definitely pause on that, but he is absorbed. Mahito is absorbed. So he's, I wouldn't call him alive, more like I don't know. His existence has ended. Oh, they have this page. I didn't know they had this page on here. It wasn't translated before. Oh, that's sick. They must have updated this because they didn't have this page before of Mahito's metamorphosis. Mahito's low-key Pokemon. Mahito is dead. He's essentially dead. I'd say he's definitely like brain dead since he's being absorbed like a tool. Yeah, Phoenix, you're saying there is nothing that implies that that is a tool, considering it literally got extinguished after the fact. Okay. It's an object that got used. What are you guys talking about, your boy? He was used for the Uzumaki. Indeed. That's another thing that confused me at first when I first read it, was that when Kenjaku absorbed Mahito, he absorbed it using the Uzumaki technique. Maximum technique, at least. Because maximum technique has 2 uses. It has 1 use to recycle spirits and fire off a shot of cursed energy, and it has another use to absorb and extract cursed spirits technique. Yep. So that's how it's used so far. What will you do? Will you do anime? I'll definitely do some anime episode reviews. Probably a lot more than I do with Chainsaw Man, because I wanted to do it with Chainsaw Man, but there's just so much to go over it in different weeks. I even wanted to go over Hunter x Hunter as well, but that's so many reviews to do in a week. For me, at least, for my workload, that's pretty nuts. To do like 3, and now we get like in Chainsaw Man we get the chapter on Tuesday, I believe, and then we get the freaking anime in Tuesday as well. That was just too much. Mahito is dead. Geto killed him. I wouldn't call it a death. Like, he is technically absorbed, but I would call him brain dead. Essentially, Mahito's like a tool. Even if Mahito did come back, I imagine he'd be like a husk of what he was. Like, that definitely wouldn't be the same Mahito. Because it feels like, what's the best way to put it? It feels like his ending was kind of, I don't want to call it unsatisfying, but we didn't get to see him like get, it was satisfying to see Mahito lose, but we didn't get to see him. It's kind of eerie, actually, like how he was absorbed. Man, that was insane. You did not just say the X in Hunter. What's wrong with saying Hunter X? What's wrong with saying Hunter X Hunter? Why is the X there? What is that for? Hunter Hunter, truly the peak of fiction. Weekly chapters right now. Life is a bliss. After, I don't know how long of freaking, I don't even know how long. What was that, like 4 years of hiatus? Togashi's finally back. Is it some unspoken rule not to say the X? I think it is. Space. Who says Yuta's output was too high for the tool? Hunter, Hunter, but adding an X is fine. It's just the name. Author says the X is silent. Man, the author doesn't speak. I'm just kidding. I was gonna say Togashi does he speak English? He probably might. He might mess around with English. I don't know how it's translated, but Hunter X Hunter. I'm just gonna say the X. I just been saying that the entire time of me knowing Hunter x Hunter. I'm just gonna say the X, but that is honestly really good. I need to like refresh my brain on it because I am like totally lost when I'm reading the new chapters. So I need to like really dig in, like Spy X Family. I cannot just say Spy Family. I have to say X. Definitely in like Spy X Family, I have to say the X. Since the X is written, why not pronounce it? Exactly. You don't say the X in that either. Damn. It's like my life is a lie. I can't say the X in anything. Man. Might as well just be calling Jujutsu Kaisen Sorcerer Fight. Isn't that what it's translated as? Sorcerer Fight? I think that's what it is. Jujutsu. Because the Jujutsu Kaisen is the Romanji or something. It's actually cross. So, Hunter Cross, what are we doing now? Yep, that's what I'm saying. My life is built on a throne of ice. JJ Cans read. Really? JJ Cans read Sorcery Fight. Damn. They might tell us the Jujutsu. The Jujutsu is silent. We'll see what Gege says. For the longest time, I've actually been pronouncing like Gege Akutami's name like GG. Like I did that when I first started. I used to say GG Akutami. Just because that's how I felt it was pronounced, but now I was corrected many times. It's Gege. Oh, after the chain and Chainsaw Man. What are we doing, bro? Bro, did you see how crazy the new chapter was? The new episode was, bro? Denji with his eye popped out. This dude was a freaking, I don't even know how to describe Denji. Just a freaking horny psychopath. That's the best way to describe it. It's crazy that Kenjaku is Yuji and Choso's mother and father, yet he didn't talk about them as he is. He did say he was He did mention Yuji as his son, but I don't think he specifically calls them his children. He does call them disappointments though, so there's that. There's always that. They're always a disappointment, so that's something to think about as well. Copping a feel worth a lot nowadays. That's right. That's worth prison time, 7. That's what it's worth. We all are. Denji versus Leech. Devil was like Yuji and Toto versus Hanami choreography wise in some shots. It was honestly insane. Like I had one picture saved for how I felt about that chapter. Let me see. I'm just gonna put this picture up, bro. What was it? It was the... It's the best way to describe the fight, right here. This is the Leech Devil versus versus Denji fight, right here. What do you think Curse Room are doing with the end of the chapter? Kenjaku being nice to Yuji's friend is so wholesome. Kenjaku is so sus. He's like a what do you call him? Nice? He's not like nice, but he's what is that called? He's a... I was gonna call him a gentleman. He's not a man. He's polite. He's politely chaotic. That's how Kenjaku is. He just like me, for real. Bro, this picture is cursed. He treated Yuji like an object. That thing, my man, is a true Asian parent indeed. He expects an A every time. Why did Samiki agree to the games? I think it was mentioned that she was forced into the games, right? Well, that would... No, yeah, she was forced into it. Kind of like how Yuji was, right? Because Yuji was forced into it because of Sukuna. But she already awakened a curse technique. So I don't know if she had to make a verbal agreement like the other people, or if she was just like thrown into it. They make it sound like she was. Kenjaku expects 120% more on tests. Yes, I see that so much. She's like an Asian dad or something. It's like a abusive... I don't know. He has too much expectation in his children. You know what I mean? This dude is crazy. Even to Yuji, what was that? The end of Shibuya? He was like, I expect much from you. This dude doesn't even... No, he did say I expect much from you, yeah. Hey, Dansku. Kenny just like me? Kenny just like you? Do you think all the people Yuta protecting is gonna get washed in the merge? Definitely. Especially if they're all, Japanese citizens, which they are. They're all gonna get merged. Everyone merging. Kenjaku always be switching up. Kenjaku be switching up. He did call Yuji a thing, which was kind of rude, but he's playing favorites, definitely. He's got a favorite son. He had children and he just forgot about them. He probably forgot Choso existed, honestly, till he got right in front of his face. Would Yuji have some skills or sorcery? Asked Kenjaku. It feels like Yuji is a normal person. It feels like he's a non-sorcerer granted some power of a sorcerer. That's how I see it. That's how Yuji feels. Kenny, the man is the society. Youngest always gets the most. Oh yeah, he is the youngest too. That's why I think Yuji's so interesting as well, because he he's not normal because he has all these things that go with his existence. Like he came from a 1,000-year-old sorcerer. He has brothers that are half cursed spirits, but he himself came from a human body, and he didn't seem to have been born from a cursed womb as well. Ken just chilling. He already won like 2 days ago. This dude, he's just coasting right through the story right now. Plot can't stop him. Gege can't stop him. Gege's just honestly letting him do whatever he wants. Dude already won. Like, I fully expect Kenjaku to complete his plan. Like Shibuya, they lost in Shibuya. The good guys lost, if I could even say that. The good guys, but the sorcerers lost already. Do you think Choso has the potential to undergo a state of evolution like Naoya or the other cursed wombs? That's interesting. Because Choso seems to be a curse that he's like, I wouldn't describe Choso has a body already. So I don't think he would ascend, and he's like a human. He's not like a true curse. He's like a human fetus, a cursed human fetus that was put into a person, and it's weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. He's put into a person, and now he has a human body. It might be possible. It seems like he's transforming right now. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what Choso's doing right now. Something weird. He's doing something very sus. Something's very, very sus. Maybe sus is not the right word. Something very grand. I was thinking of something else. Choso would probably die. Why is everyone saying Choso? I know Choso is actually one of his brothers. You guys think he'll inherit his brother's ability? Because they all seem to have blood manipulation. So I'm wondering how much like that will tie into his ability. Choso pulling up on Kenjaku. Yeah, Choso was specifically mentioned, wasn't he? And I'm gonna probably wrap up here in like 20-30 minutes, but I'm gonna talk about Choso before we head it out. Let me see. What was that chapter? That was like 140 something. 144? Yeah. That was... Choso mentioned his brothers. He mentioned specifically Choso. Yeah. He said Choso and the others. I forgot. He mentioned that before or after? Yeah. I don't know. He mentioned him specifically somewhere. He said Choso and the others. I don't know. But this chapter he was mentioned. All his brothers are mentioned in chapter 144. Remind me of NFS 2005 music. I'm just playing some random funk in the back. Your boy. Hey, can you get... Hey, do you get my message? Oh, Tiffany, what were you saying about Nobra? I don't know what question you were asking. Almost found the core. About Nobra, almost. I can't answer like if Nobra will find the core of cursed energy. Like that's up to Nobra. What tastes better, Kenjaku or Makima? Wild, bro. Total. Choso, don't eat brothers. What do you mean by that? Makima no debate. I would probably say Makima as well, but where are we going? Yeah, that's a pretty wild take right there. But I don't know what you were saying about Nobra, Tiffany. Like it's up to Nobra whether she comes back or whether she unlocks the core of cursed energy. Because Gojo did it when he was about to die, so naturally Nobara might do it. It all depends on how strong she is if she comes back with reverse curse. Yeah. Death Painting Brothers. Aspen, are you a fan of Chozo? See, you got that Chozo profile. Because I'm a fan as well. I really hope Chozo makes it, bro. He really should make it. Let me see. At least show something special before he goes. And maybe not die, but at least he's probably gonna get folded. In the next 2 chapters at least. That's Painting Brothers. When CS, yeah, Chainsaw Man took place in the 90s. Like I was saying, Chozo, like, it's so weird. Like this, when I first read this, I was like, what is this dude summoning? Is he gonna actually summon something that will pressure Kenjaku? Like, is he gonna freaking pull out his dead brothers, just summon them, and they're all gonna jump Kenjaku? Fire punch is me. I've never read that. Wait, how does it take place? When they have social media. Chainsaw Man doesn't have social media, I don't think. They have news coverage. They don't have social media back then. I don't think Fujimoto would make that mistake. Because when Fujimoto made Chainsaw Man take place in the 90s, because he didn't want the internet to be a thing, to be a strong thing there in that era. Future Devil bestowed the drip. Yeah, that was weird. So what happens when Nobara uses curse technique on Sukuna finger? Would it harm Sukuna only? It would technically harm the soul, since the fingers are his soul fragment. That's interesting. Yeah, it technically would, because it is his soul. That's specifically what Straw Doll seems to be for. To strike a part of a spirit, and resonate on its soul. That's like specifically what it's meant for. Alright, we're doing it. Okay. What happens when she can pierce? Can she pierce? Yeah, she can't pierce through it. Right, that's right. But if she could, she probably could damage the soul, but she can't destroy the cursed object in the first place. That's a good reminder, Fufu. I didn't remember that at first. Yeah, Nobara is weird. I just did a video on Nobara and her coming back into the series. So hopefully she returns, but that's really up to like how Gege guides the story and how strong Nobara is in the end. Cause JJK has changed a little bit after Shibuya. Gege probably expects us to assume he's going to die and pull through with Chozo. Yeah, I said the same something before about Chozo making a binding vow with his siblings and getting the 8th gate like boost. That's interesting, Supra. That's really interesting. Chozo making a binding vow? That's gonna be something. Maybe there's something involved with that in his technique that he's doing now. Like, this is Chozo needs to go all out before he heals with reverse curse and summons 28 special grades. Oh my goodness. He certainly needs to, because Kenjaku is that guy. I think Kenjaku has reverse curse, he has domain techniques, he has a heap of curse techniques, he has a heap of curse spirits that can take out grade 1s, and he has He has too much. Kenjaku is just too much. Way too much. Way, way, way too much. My apology on the board. He's gonna use his bros technique. That's what I feel. Some people say he's gonna use his cursed energy, like just their he's just using their cursed energy to amp his technique, which would be cool. But I think like actually inheriting and showing the different death painting techniques is something that's gonna kind of be cool. That'd be actually that would be extremely peak if that happened. At least to see the rest of the death painting shine in some way. Is Kenjaku the best overall fighter in JJK with all of his experience? Well, I'd say he'd probably be the sorcerer with the most know-how, and he's no stranger to fighting at all. Like he knows his stuff well, and he has Geto's body, so he knows martial art. He probably trained martial arts most of his career as a sorcerer through 1,000 years. So I imagine Kenjaku was extremely solid. He's probably one of the better fighters. I don't know how he does physically, but he was really hammering Choso. Hand to hand, he really put hands on Choso, bro. For real. And Choso's no lightweight. This is the second time this happened. Actually. Oh my goodness. Choso, why don't you learn? Why are you talking to this dude? Why does Choso think, why is he doing this? This is the second time he's getting his butt whooped by Kenjaku. I don't want Choso to die soon. Me too. I don't want him to get taken out so soon. Hopefully Gege has more for him besides being a martyr. Choso trying to imitate Toto's drip. Yep, he took his shirt off. He's looking like a brother now, a true brother. I need them to interact, to be honest. Toto and Choso, that needs to happen. Toto, Choso, Hakari. Will they ever meet? Will they ever be in the same instance in this story? That's something I wonder. Especially like Toto and Hakari. Like that has to happen. Alright, I'll just read your comments out here before in the next 10 or so minutes while I'm gonna end this. Wasn't it said that Gojo equals Kenjaku in, what was it? H2H, hand to hand, without cursed energy, Gojo equals Kenjaku. When did it say that? I know Gojo is very capable hand to hand. Like he was taking on 3 special grades with just his cursed energy reinforcement. And he was coasting them. But I don't know if I'd say they're equal. Choso has to use maximum techniques. I mean, if Iso's little brother can do one. Oh, that's right. Iso did a maximum technique as well. So Choso is probably pulling out something special. Doesn't it seem like Supernova is a maximum technique? Of course, it's not like to the same output, but it seems pretty grand, especially how strong it is. But of course, it doesn't have, it's not said so I won't say it is. Gege did an interview saying that. Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. Physically, why? Geto has the strongest grip. Why did my mind go somewhere else when you said that, bro? Freaking cursed. Oh my goodness. There's such like a weird community with Geto and Gojo. You guys might have seen it before. There's such a weird community going on with Gojo x Geto. Y'all probably think it should be strong. Pause. I thought something just but he did grip his neck. That was weird too. With the soul and the body, that there's more going on there. I think Kenjaku no, what is Gege said in the fan book that Geto's body was just reacting like kind of like how a bug does. But I don't know. There's something going on with Geto's soul and Kenjaku's body. It'd be cool to see Geto come back at least like one more time, just for just to like exchange words at least, because he is technically dead. Uh-oh, what the music? Yeah, he is technically dead. Just grip Gojo. It's so sus, bro. I was wondering what now now that we know that Sukuna is a fallen angel, maybe Sukuna I mean maybe Kenjaku is as well, okay. Kenjaku did say at one point he worked with the sorcerers, so maybe he was some sort of entity, not entity, like priest or something, some sort of sorcerer that was with Tengen or served under Tengen or something and knew the angel and stuff. But it's that whole thing is weird because the angel doesn't believe in Kenjaku's reincarnations or something like that, but yet she herself is a reincarnate. Well, I guess she doesn't believe in the taking over a person's soul. That's why she's coexists with Hana. Can you imagine Yuta final form if he fuses with Rika? Fuses? I feel like he would have already done that already if he could. And they technically are bound by their souls already, so like they're literally cursed together. So they technically are bound, but I don't know about them fusing. He deserves some peace. Indeed. Jinbra. Kenny does all his thinking while at the gym messing around with his grip strength. Gojo talking about Geto at the end of JJK0 so sad. It is. That's why I really hope Geto has some sort of like conclusion, or some at least to have his soul say some words, like to Gojo or to whoever, because so many people are lost and it just feels like Geto's just being used, basically. Even in Shibuya, it was referenced that Gojo was talking about how are you just gonna let your body get used like that, and then obviously he did the grip strength and everything. Yeah, also he goes hard, beating kids. Oh my goodness. Volume 0, JJK messed up some of the main series up. It kind of ties in. It doesn't tie in all the way, like, it's not seamless. Like some stuff about, like, the Black Flash. And there's some other plot points that aren't too seamless. It's because Gege was just debuting back then, so I don't know how it'd work. Like with the main story. But it is canon, so everything in JJK0 is canon. I don't know about the Black Flash. Do you guys think Yuta's Black Flash is canon? Because it wasn't drawn. The way it was drawn in the manga made it look like blood. Explicitly look like blood. I wasn't thinking about Black Flash when I thought of Yuta's blood. Yuta hitting Geto. That's also something he might not have thought of when making JJK0. It's all good. Yep. Nobra almost found the core. Yep. Yep, that's yeah. JJK Zero has a little bit of discrepancy. It wasn't a thing back then. It probably wasn't. I don't know if Gege was thinking about that, honestly. They had Mappa had to have considered or talked about talked to Gege when making that. They wouldn't just do that extra work of doing a Black Flash, but it was hype. It's canon. Gege needs to give Yuta everything possible after all. Yes, that's right. That means Yuta has Black Flash. He has multiple techniques. He has Reverse Curse. He has a Shikigami, Domain. Basically everything a sorcerer needs. He's like everything. Yuta is everything. At least for 5 minutes. So that's interesting. Gege literally gave Yuta everything. Everything a sorcerer needs. I missed most. I will upload over 9,000. I will upload this on my unlisted playlist. And I'll wrap up here in the next couple minutes. So this will be in my unlisted. You can watch it again. We were just chilling over here though. I didn't mention anything super major. I just wanted to discuss this chapter with y'all. I really hope Choso makes it, man. Like JJK without Choso, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it definitely hit hard. It would. It definitely would. And it would add to Kenjaku's. Who did Kenjaku kill? Did he kill anyone yet? Like anyone actually in the main story? Like what we've seen. I don't think he's. I'm trying to think. We haven't seen him kill anyone with his explicitly. Can he kill anyone major? Jin, maybe, but we don't care about him. But yeah, if he killed Choso, that would definitely add to him a lot. Like Kenjaku was already like one of the top shonen antagonists. It just make him ultra stacked. Yeah, I hope like this is getting insane. I hope next chapter we like pop off with Yuki going into battle. Of course, Choso's gonna show us what he's got and all types of techniques. Maybe he will reveal technique. Kenjaku will reveal techniques in his next battle in the next chapter. Especially a domain, that would be absolutely insane. But I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys for tuning in on this stream, man. It was a ton of fun to be with y'all. Having a ton of fun. Love interacting with y'all. And it's always good talking about JJK and just chilling with y'all. Man, I'm losing my voice, man. Yep, we did pretty good. It's not a 3-hour stream anymore. Can't do any more of those. But it was good being with y'all. And remember to like the video. Check out the stream on the unlisted playlist if y'all want to see some moments again. But I'll see y'all in the next one. It was great being with y'all. The Hunter reviews there. I'm gonna have to refresh my mind, man. I'm gonna have to get a refresher or something. But I'm gonna have to see y'all in the next one. I'll see y'all. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.